Delayed gratification, instant gratification. I see it happen day in and day out. Now more than ever before, we live in a society where everyone is just programmed to believe if you can't succeed right now in this very moment, well then why stay the course? Why pay the price? One of my favorite quotes is, if you pay the price, eventually the price will pay you. When I look at someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, #1 football on planet Earth right now, 365,000 euros per week. Not to take one shot and score, but to take multiple shots and put one or two behind the post. I look at people like Justin Bieber, one of the most iconic artists out there. At 15 years old, his first 15 years of life, he paid the price. He sang, he literally got people's attention. At 15 years old, his first track that went viral one time made him $300 million. LeBron James, today as we speak, about $20-odd million per season. Not to take one shot and to score, but to take multiple shots and to get one or two behind, one or two in that hoop, and eventually it's game over. I see too many people make short-term decisions trying to get long-term gain. And you got to understand, life is not an overnight success. Life is not an overnight process. I was actually reading something recently, and a guy by the name of Spencer Haywood. Spencer Haywood, if you don't know him, he is a famous American pro basketball player. And when I look at Spencer, once upon a time, in fact, once upon a time in 1973, Spencer went out there and he had two choices. Number one, take $100,000, or number two, take 10% of Nike. Instant gratification, delayed gratification. Instant gratification, delayed gratification. And you have choices. Just like how Spencer had a choice. Guess what Spencer chose? I know what most of you guys would have chose. The $100,000. Because it's visible. You're getting it now. It's instant. So guess what Spencer chose? Spencer took $100,000 versus taking 10% of Nike. Now I want you to understand something. A few years later, today, Nike is worth that 10% that Spencer said no to is worth $12.4 billion. Spencer took $100,000 versus taking $12.4 billion. Biggest mistake ever. How do you think he feels today? If he had the ability to go back in time, do you think he would? Of course he would. A lot of you guys are taking short-term results because you can see it. It's visible. I want you to be honest with yourself. How many times have you messed up? How many times have you played yourself? But when you really and truly look at it, you look at the fact of majority of us are not visionaries. We can't see past our eyelashes. That's the furthest we can see. We're so blinded that even blind people have a clearer vision than we do. So I'm looking at some stats here. Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, currently $31.4 billion in net worth. What if Spencer partnered up with him when he barely had anything? See, I know Spencer would partner up with him today and take 10% today because it's $31.4 billion. But what would he have done back then? Let's look at some stats. Nike today, 2018. $36.4 billion in revenue as we speak right now. Nike stores is 1,182 stores internationally, locally, North America, everywhere. 392 in America and 790 internationally. That's a total of 1,182 stores. Nike has 73,100 employees. Nike's revenue right now compared to their revenue, their expected revenue. In the year 2020, Nike says they'll do 50 billion. And Spencer said no to Nike. He said yes to 100,000. And he said no to 10% of Nike. Biggest and worst decision ever. My worst decision right now is, what if I don't show up to the meeting? What if I don't jump on that call? What if I don't jump on that flight? One day I'm going to look God in the eyes, and He's going to roll out a preview of what my life could have looked like if I said yes. Stop playing yourself because of instant gratification. Start thinking long term. Start thinking about your kids, future generations. There's families right now, there's generations in the Saunders family, Colonel Saunders, in the Kroc family, Ray Kroc. There's families right now, there's generations right now that aren't even born. They'll never have to work a day in their life ever again. Don't be a Spencer and say no to 10% because all you see is $100,000. Now, if you love what you see, post a comment below. Share this video with everyone who's thinking instant gratification. Allow them the ability to think long term. Make sure you like, comment, or even subscribe to my Millionaire Student membership and the Millionaire Student program. Thank you so much.